What you're about to hear happened in just a few hours, but changed the American landscape forever. On May 18, 1980, Mount St. Helens erupted in Washington state, becoming one of the most famous natural disasters in American history. The eruption killed 57 people, destroyed forests, and completely changed the shape of the mountain. Warning signs. The disaster did not come without warning. On March 20, 1980, a strong earthquake struck beneath the volcano. Over the following weeks, hundreds of smaller earthquakes were recorded. Scientists also noticed that the northern side of the mountain was swelling outward, showing that pressure was building underground. Authorities created restricted zones and warned the public about the danger. The eruption begins. At 8:32 a.m. on May 18th, a magnitude 5.1 earthquake struck beneath the volcano. The earthquake triggered a massive landslide on the mountain's northern side. As the mountain collapsed, pressure inside the volcano was suddenly released. Moments later, Mount St. Helens exploded. The blast. A powerful sideways explosion of hot gas, ash, and rock raced across the landscape at hundreds of miles per hour. Entire forests were flattened within minutes. A huge ash cloud rose high into the atmosphere and spread across several states. In some places, daylight turned into darkness as ash covered roads, homes, and vehicles. Destruction and loss. When the disaster ended, 57 people had lost their lives. Hundreds of homes, roads, bridges, and businesses were damaged or destroyed. One of the most famous victims was volcanologist David Johnston, who was monitoring the volcano. His final radio message was, "Vancouver! Vancouver! This is it!" Moments later, the eruption overwhelmed his location. Recovery and legacy. Recovery took years. Scientists carefully studied the eruption and learned important lessons about volcano monitoring and public safety. Today, Mount St. Helens remains one of the most closely monitored volcanoes in the world. More than 4 decades later, the eruption remains one of America's most unforgettable natural disasters. Conclusion. The eruption of Mount St. Helens showed how quickly nature can change everything. In just a few hours, a beautiful mountain became the site of one of the most powerful volcanic disasters in American history. If you enjoyed this documentary, subscribe to the channel for more history, disaster, and educational content.